had lots of intentions of coming, actually. It's a great opportunity to see what's actually going on in the world, but an opportunity to speak with people and give them a real sense of what we in the spinal cord community are really looking for. Kind of everybody talks about the cure, and that's been beat around for 40 years. So really kind of give people a sense that we're not necessarily looking to walk out of here like I'm the type of person. I want a hand, and I want to have, a bowel and bladder function, like those are the keys to quality of life. I mean, we have a chair, and, I call it a means of liberation. It's a tool of liberation, and it get me from point A to point B and whatnot. So, but it would be nice to have a hand so that you could actually grab some things and then not have the concerns of the bowel and bladder function. The last one, they were just discussing some of the community things. So they were discussing some of the research that's going on around the world. So they were talking about the Rejoice, which in New Brunswick, the St. Cassidy Center will be doing that one. So really looking forward to that. And it's just nice to see that there are all these little things going on around the world, and we're not hung up on just simply finding a cure so that everybody walks out of here. The opportunity to meet other people that have spinal cord injuries and recognize that there's always challenges. I can remember thinking to myself, wow, it would just be nice if I could transfer, or if I could just sit there without putting my brakes on, or those little types of things, or maneuver around a corner without having to steer with my wheels. Those little types of things. But the progression that's happened. I mean, I'm 11 years post-injury, and they told me, well, within 5 years you'll be walking. Well, I'm a realist, and I knew that wasn't true. But there was a lot of people saying, well, within 10 years, we'll have made huge progress. And for somebody inside of our little world, they would think that there hasn't been much progress. But when you listen in here today, and they're talking about how they're going to be moving forward at the Miami project with, or hoping to move forward, I guess, with clinical trials with the Schwann cells and whatnot. Look, those are huge steps to be able to get to that point right there. And so it brings things back into perspective for me, because all of a sudden it makes me realize, well, geez, it's been 11 years, but it's there's just been amazing progress. But Dr. Tater, the one thing that I recognized was when he said, he's been involved in it in 42 years. What's happened in the last 25, but putting out there that the next generation has to, what they need to achieve in the next 25 years. So it's good that that they can put that pressure on the next generation. But my heart goes out to him as well, that he puts 42 years in, and he has to pass the torch on to the next generation. It's amazing, and there's huge enthusiasm in the room, and it's just really it feels really good to just go in the room and know that everybody who is there is working towards the same common goal. And it's hard. I mean, I'm from small town New Brunswick, so there's very few of us with a disability there. So when you get out and you recognize, okay, like there are great things happening elsewhere as well, so we can bring those back to New Brunswick and try and implement those things. I'm a C5 quad, and they told me when I woke up that, we got bad news and I got really bad news. Which do you want first? And I said, well, I'll take the bad news. I said, the bad news is you're C5 quadriplegic and you're never going to walk again. And I thought, well, what could possibly be the really bad news? And he said, the really bad news is you're going to be confined to a power wheelchair, and you'll be dependent upon somebody to aid you in your daily living. So I travel on my own, I live on my own, I have my own car, I have a full-time job. So I'd like to promote the St. Cassidy Center for Rehabilitation in New Brunswick, that there's great work going on there. And I got to tote the Ability New Brunswick line. We're a nonprofit organization that we promote full community participation, but we do it through rehabilitation counseling and some policy work with government and whatnot. So big things are happening in New Brunswick, so it's good to be here and let everybody know that there are big things coming out of the little tiny province.